I can't wait to share with you guys these brilliant applications. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you guys 2 free applications that are gonna double your productivity in language learning with only half of the effort that you used to put. So these 2 applications are actually Chrome extensions, which is why they're free. And now let's start with the first one. The first one really eases the whole reading process in Spanish online for me. As language learners, we all know how important it is to read as much as possible in the language that we're learning, to expand our vocabulary, get exposure to useful and natural language, to start to think in this language. There are just countless benefits. However, quite often we find ourselves in the predicament of trying to learn as many new words and expressions as possible out of this article that we're reading, and at the same time couldn't be bothered to go back and forth between the dictionary and the article. So before, when I read news or just some random article online, I experienced the same struggle every time. Should I take the time and go check this word that I don't know, or should I just skim through it? But what if this is a really useful expression? Am I missing out? I don't want to miss out. So this struggle of mine ended 2 months ago when I found this super convenient Chrome extension. Introducing, what is it called again? Introducing I'm Translator. So what it does is that after you install it to your Chrome browser, as long as you're browsing stuff with Chrome, you can check any word you don't understand with pretty much just one simple click. So now let's open a random article online. So, okay, for example, you don't know what this word means. You select the word and you'll see this little icon right next to it. You click on it, and up here it shows in which language the system has recognized this word to be. Most of the times there's no problem with the recognition, but we all know how some Portuguese or Italian words resemble Spanish ones. So in the case where it fails to recognize the correct language, which you can see here, you want to check this little box and choose Spanish so that the system knows it's a Spanish word. And on the right hand side, of course, it's the language that it's translated into. You've got plenty of language options, as you guys can see here. And down here, they've got different meanings of this word, and you just need to decide which meaning makes the most sense in this context. Another great feature of this extension is that it also supports the translation of a whole sentence or a whole paragraph if you have trouble understanding, let's say, some part of the article. And it offers 3 versions of translation. The first one here is Google, and then this is Microsoft, and the last one is Translator. You can easily switch between them. So based on my experience, 85 to 90% of the time the translation is pretty accurate. At least one of them makes sense. And finally, just a little trick of using it. If by any chance this little icon doesn't show up, you want to select the word and right click. You can see here this I'm Translator option. If you click on the first one, there's going to be a pop-up window. If you choose the second one, the translation will appear right next to the word that you select. And the third one, I think the pop-up bubble is the default form, because this is what it looks like when there is an icon to click on. And finally, to clear the translation if there is any appeared in the next. Okay, so this is pretty much about the first extension, and my honest feeling is that ever since I started using it, I've become a lot more productive in terms of reading in Spanish online, and more importantly, I have more desire to read online because it just saves a lot of time and trouble. I don't want to switch between dictionary or the article that I'm reading. Even copy paste the word to the dictionary, to me it's like an extra step that I don't want to take. Okay, moving on to the second extension. While the first extension makes reading online a lot easier, the second one allows us to really enjoy the Netflix shows. I bet you guys all know the benefit of watching TV shows in terms of language learning, but inevitably we have the same vocabulary problem. So when I watch Netflix shows in Spanish, since I can only choose one subtitle, of course I go with the Spanish one. But I don't know if it's just me, but my reading speed couldn't keep up with the talking speed of these Spanish actors, let alone dealing with all these vocabularies that I don't understand in the subtitles. I hate to pause the show from time to time and go to the dictionary to check this word that I don't understand, as much as I hate not fully understanding what's going on there. And this is where the second Chrome extension kicks in. Introducing Learning Language with Netflix. I think this name is pretty self-explanatory, right? So as I said, this is a Chrome extension, so it only works when you watch Netflix with Chrome. It doesn't work on the Netflix application, so if you want to use it, you have to use Chrome to watch Netflix, and it's very easy to set up. You just Google learning language with Netflix and something's gonna pop up. You follow a few simple steps to install it, and when you first launch it on Netflix, after the installation, there's gonna be a little setup box that looks like this. You wanna select the language that you wish the show to be translated into, and you've opened the door to a whole new world. There were so many awesome features that I don't even know where to start. Okay, so let's start from the most obvious one, okay? That it comes with 2 subtitles, the original one and the translated one. And may I say, the accuracy of the translation is unbeatable. It saves you a lot of time and effort to check all these words that you don't know to try to understand what's going on in the show. For example, if it were not for the translation here, it could have taken me 1 good hour to figure out, okay, lo pagué contigo means I took it out on you, because I didn't even find this entry in the dictionary. Another very user-friendly feature is that when you see a word you don't know in the subtitle, if you hover over that word, the meaning of the word will automatically appear on top of it. And not only that, the show will pause as well so that you are given enough time to read and think. If you click on the word, there will appear a small pop-up bubble where you could find a more detailed explanation of the word. And did you guys see these little icons lined up here? So you've got word reference, reversal, and a few more options. Click on any one of them, there's gonna be a small pop-up window with full definition of this word. And this is hands down my favorite feature of this extension. Another great feature that I want to introduce to you guys is here on the right hand side. If you click here, a sidebar will appear. So basically it shows you all the subtitles of this episode, and you can read through them without watching the show if, let's say, you really want to study the subtitles after watching this episode. Similarly, if you hover over any word, the meaning of the word and the translation of the whole sentence will also come out. And up here on the right, you even have the option to export the subtitles to Excel sheets. And as you guys can see, the downloaded subtitle file also comes in 2 languages. And the little setting button is also here if you want to make changes. So here you can adjust the playback speed if you think they talk too fast for you to process the information. I normally just watch it in normal speed. Just want to show you guys there's option here. I mean, there's a lot more that you guys can explore here. In this video, I'm just gonna point out some key features that I really like. And the last little feature that I think you guys might find useful is this automatic pause button. So if you toggle it on, the video will automatically pause at the end of every subtitle. It's gonna come in handy if you want to repeat after the lines, like when you are doing shadowing.
Francisco, esta no va a ser la excepción.
Yo no te he dicho que te regalaría el dinero, sería un préstamo. ¿Podrías devolvérmelo con tu trabajo?
And this bottom panel, I don't find it that useful for me. Basically, if you turn it on, the subtitles will appear down here instead of like blocking the show. I prefer more territory for the show. Okay, so this is pretty much about the second extension, and the good news is that recently its twin sister just came out. It's called Learning Language with YouTube, which pretty much does the same thing, also a Chrome extension, so I'm not gonna nag about it here. If you guys want to explore, you can download that one as well. Okay, so that's a wrap for today's video, and I truly, genuinely, sincerely recommend these 2 applications to you guys. It's 2 Chrome extensions. They are really gonna double your productivity in language learning. Hey, it's 21st century productivity is the key, and it's gonna make your whole language learning experience a lot more pleasant than before. Trust me. So let me know how you guys like it. I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao!